hands on the handlebars, heart racing, and absolutely no control. 1 second, I was invincible. The next, I was crashing hard, blood on the pavement, sirens in the distance. All because of a dare I should have never taken. This question mark. This is the story of the ride that changed everything. You ever have one of those days that starts out completely normal but ends up changing your life? Yeah, this is one of those. It was a Saturday. No school, no homework, just that perfect kind of weekend freedom. I grabbed my bike and hit the neighborhood streets like I always did. I was 15, and back then, my bike felt like my ticket to the world. Wind in my face, music in my head, and no one to tell me what to do. That's when I ran into my friends, Marcus and Leo, just hanging out near the corner store. Marcus grinned. "Yo, Jake, bet you can't ride down Dead Man's Hill with no hands." I froze. Dead Man's Hill, even just hearing it, made my stomach twist a little. Everyone in our neighborhood knew that hill. It was steep, wild, and had claimed more than a few scraped knees and one broken arm last year. Leo laughed. "Come on, man. Kyle tried it last summer and ended up in a cast for 3 months." I should have laughed it off. I should have said, "Nah, I'm good." But instead, I smirked and said, "Watch me." Yup, I was that kid. Next thing I knew, I was at the top of the hill. The pavement looked steeper than I remembered. My hands were sweaty on the handlebars, and for a second, I thought about backing out. But then I heard Marcus yell, "Let's go, Jake." And pride has a way of drowning out good judgment. I took a deep breath and let go. At first it was kind of amazing. The rush, the speed. I felt like I was flying. But then it started getting too fast. My bike hit a bump and I completely lost control. Everything after that felt like slow motion. I remember the ground rushing up. I remember the impact, and I definitely remember the pain. I must have slid 10 feet on the pavement. My knees were shredded, my elbow was bleeding, and my right arm, it was bent in a way arms shouldn't bend. The next thing I remember was the sound of sirens. My friends were panicking. I was trying not to cry, not because I wasn't in pain, but because I knew I had messed up big time. At the hospital, I laid there with a fresh cast on my arm, and my mom sitting next to me, silent, but clearly shaken. She looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "Jake, one choice, just one, can change everything." And that's when it hit me. It wasn't just about the broken arm. It was about that split-second decision, the one where I could have said no, but didn't. That day taught me something real. It takes way more courage to walk away from a dare than to give in to one. So yeah, I was the kid who tried to ride down Dead Man's Hill with no hands. But more importantly, I became the kid who learned the hard way and never forgot it. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Real strength is in walking away.